Right now, at this very moment, there's an entire invisible world living and breathing all around you. It's even inside of you. It's this hidden universe that shapes, well, pretty much everything, from the food we eat to the air we breathe. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look at its secrets.
And our journey into this invisible world, it starts with a simple kitchen mystery. You've probably seen this happen 1,000 times. How does a small, kind of dense ball of dough suddenly puff up and become a big, light, fluffy loaf of bread? Well, the secret isn't exactly magic. It's actually the incredible hard work of microorganisms. So what is this secret ingredient, really? Let's get into it. Okay, so what are we even talking about here? A microorganism, or you might hear it called a microbe, is a living thing that is so ridiculously tiny it makes a single grain of sand look like a mountain. You absolutely cannot see them with your naked eye. You need a powerful microscope just to get a peek into their world. And here's the part that's kind of mind-blowing. They are everywhere. I mean it. They're floating in the air you're breathing right now, swimming in water, and packed into the soil under your feet. Get this, there are more microbes in a single teaspoon of soil than there are people on the entire planet. Just think about that for a second. All right, so now that we know what they are and that they're all over the place, it's time to meet the main players in this invisible drama. And this is where the story gets really, really interesting. See, microbes aren't just one thing. They have this dual nature. They can be our greatest allies, like the helpful bacteria that help us make delicious foods like cheese and yogurt. Or they can be our worst enemies, the nasty ones that can make us incredibly sick. So let's meet the four main families, if you will. We've got bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Each one of these groups has its own unique set of skills and, a special role to play in the world. Now, let's zoom in on one of those families, the fungi. This group includes stuff you've definitely heard of, like mushrooms and molds. And most importantly for our bread mystery, yeast. Aha! This is our culprit. And boom! There it is, the secret to our fluffy bread. When that little fungus, yeast, gets mixed into the dough, it starts munching on the sugars in the flour. And as it eats, it releases carbon dioxide gas. All those tiny gas bubbles get trapped in the dough, and that's what makes it rise up and become so wonderfully soft. Mystery solved. Okay, so making bread is pretty cool, right? But believe me, that is just scratching the surface. Let's explore all the other incredible ways these microbes act as our tiny but totally essential allies. And honestly, their resume is just astounding. Without them, we wouldn't have all those amazing fermented foods. We'd be missing life-saving medicines like antibiotics. They're basically nature's ultimate cleanup crew, and they keep our soil healthy so we can actually grow our food. They are, no joke, a cornerstone of our entire civilization. Just think about some of your favorite foods. If you could measure the amount of microbe magic involved, the impact would be totally off the charts. That tangy yogurt you had for breakfast, that sharp cheese on your sandwich, and of course, that fluffy bread, none of them would exist without microorganisms doing their thing. And their impact in medicine? Wow, it's nothing short of monumental. Penicillin, the antibiotic that literally changed the world and saved millions upon millions of lives, was discovered from a fungus. It's a perfect example of us harnessing the power of one microbe to fight a war against another. But for all the good they do, we gotta look at the other side of the coin. Because not all microbes are friendly. Some of them pose very real and very invisible threats. The official term for these troublemakers is a pathogen. Basically, anytime you hear someone talk about nasty germs that make you sick, well, they're really talking about these guys. And yeah, the list of what they can do is pretty long. Certain bacteria can cause some really devastating diseases like cholera and typhoid. A specific type of protozoa is the nasty culprit behind malaria. And that terrible case of food poisoning you had that one time? Yep, you can thank some unwanted microbes for that too. But the good news is we are not helpless in this fight, not at all. We have a really powerful defensive playbook. Simple things, stuff you already know, like washing your hands, making sure your food and water are clean, and just keeping your surroundings tidy. That's our first line of defense. And of course, vaccines are a hugely important tool, basically training our bodies to fight back against these invaders. So we've seen the good guys and the bad guys. Let's zoom out and just appreciate what it truly means to be living in a world that is completely, and I mean completely, dominated by microbes. To really get how important they are, let's try a little thought experiment. What if, tomorrow morning, every single microorganism on planet Earth just vanished.
The consequences? Well, they'd be catastrophic. Without microbes, dead things, plants, animals, they would just pile up. They'd never decompose. All those essential nutrients would be trapped, unable to get back into the soil. In short order, Earth's ecosystems would just collapse. Life as we know it would grind to a screeching halt.
So the next time you enjoy a slice of bread, or just take a deep breath of fresh air, maybe take a second to remember that vast, powerful, invisible world that made it all possible. A world of microorganisms that, while being impossibly small, is what makes all life on this planet work. Its importance really is enormous.